And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foss and I'm touching base with you as I always do. Today is a little late. I had a big photo shoot in Midtown Manhattan today. Oh man, I cannot wait to get these photos done. My client picked the site. Usually I do my shoots here in Brooklyn, so I can just easily get in the car, or get on the bike and ride down. Everything's pretty set up in Dumbo. So I went to my client. She picked out this amazing. The building is the Paramount Building. So we were in the Paramount Building, which is a famous building here in New York City, and it has all these beautiful beams on this particular floor that we were on, and so we used that as the backdrop to do the headshots and the branding shot for their company. And it was absolutely wonderful. I had a great time. Shout out to my clients today at the Paramount Building in Midtown Manhattan on 43rd Street. It was absolutely wonderful. Early shoot, and got in and got out. And but you know what? I have to always make sure my client's calendar is always the calendar that matters. I can always shift Touch Base Daily because that's how we roll as a community. We could shift back and forth. And but it was absolutely wonderful. And like I said, I cannot wait to get these shots. I can't wait to start editing because I got to experiment a little bit with the background, the beams, these large architectural beams with the big rivets, almost like the subway system, but they were, columns and arches, not arches, but columns and joints. It was incredible, absolutely incredible photo shoot. And I'm so excited that I'm sure they're going to pick a whole lot of good photos from that collection we started. But who's from the New York area? Did y'all see the rains? Oh my goodness. But before we go there, let me say hello to some folks. Hey, Hannah's in the building. She says, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. And we got the wonderful, and she must be back, GR Houston. Chat. Good morning, peeps. I thought I was running late. Nope, you are on time. I put a bulletin out earlier that I would be starting at 11:30. And here I am. What's up, Jesus? Jesus is in the building. Mr. Blackman is in the building. He says, sup, everyone. Kelly Hayes in the building. What's going on? Good morning, everyone. And the wonderful, marvelous Fifi Baton is in the building. How are you all doing? How are you doing? Hey, Lisa's in the building. She says, hey, everyone. I got to show you some footage. I got to show you this footage because that's the only way to show you what happened in the New York area, the New York metropolitan area, Jersey, Westchester, Rockland County, Mount Vernon, White Plains, Central Park, flooding. But no one got the flooding like this one. I mean, when I show you, this flooding is crazy. Here we go. Let's look at it. Oh, today is Tip Tuesday. We're going to be talking about taking photos at the beach. How to take better photos at the beach. That's what we'll be talking about this week. But hold on. Let me show you. Look at this. Running waters in the middle of a mall in New York, in Jersey. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, those are containers going down the streets. There's a person in the water trapped, looks like. Oh man, it is getting crazy. First, I mean, these floods are no joke. Texas, Jersey, New York. Man, I mean, you look at this. Look at this footage. Look at this. Wow. Look at this person. That is down a street, a roadway. That's not a river. Look at this person. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow. New Jersey had it the worst. But you know what happened? Yesterday, in this county in Jersey and a county in Westchester, they got 8 inches of rain in 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, a little more than 2 hours. They had 8 inches of rain. That's insane. And they don't believe in climate change. And they don't believe in climate change. G says, wait, we'll go back. G says, y'all know climate change ain't real. Look at this. Look at this. As they say, stop the insanity. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's just one area. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the photos. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on a second. We can just scout together. How about that? We'll scout the web together. But there were some, I don't know if I didn't save them, but I mean, I guess you can just say hashtag flood, right? They say New York flood. Hashtag New York City flood. I think that's what they said was on the news today. I mean, here we go. I mean, look at New York City yesterday. Look at New York City. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa put it in. Lisa, oh, shucks. Lisa hit the super sticker. Lisa hit the super sticker. Holy moly. Thank you, Lisa. For those of you know, we have a super sticker in YouTube right there on the corner, right there on the bottom, right there just below the comment boxes. Holy moly. Look at this. This is, I do believe, the FDR. Yes, the FDR. The FDR, when it gets a flood, it's like it becomes part of the East River. Look at this. Look in the subway, New York City subway, #1 train. Oh, man. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? I couldn't believe that they opened the doors. Look at that. Look at this. That is in the subway. New York City subway. Look, I don't know why they opened the door. Why did they open the door? Look at this. Look, I mean, that's not real. That's fake. I think it's fake. It's got to be fake. No, that's real. This is yesterday. I mean, no, that's not real. That's not real. That's what I'm saying. That's not real. Moving right along. Okay. Anyway, that was from another time, but that wasn't yesterday either. Okay, enough of those. Well, let me see. I know some of the photos from yesterday. That wasn't yesterday. Okay. Oh, here we go. Something. Holy moly. It was unbelievable. So that was New York. We had and the lightning yesterday. I don't know. I mean, for those that were in New York, the lightning was crazy. And it wasn't just the lightning from the clouds to the ground. It was the lightning that was like all over the place. It was going from left to right, up and down. The lightning was insane. I was thinking twice about putting my camera up because I'm on a high I didn't want to put my camera up because I didn't want to be a conductor, a conductive source. Oh my God. G says, well, you gotta get off the train at some point. Man. Kimmy says, horrible. Horrible. Hey, Kimmy Kim. Lisa says there are floods all over the country. It's actually crazy. Yes, and we're gonna pop into that real quick, that conversation. Look, I mean, it is Tip Tuesday, y'all. It is Tip Tuesday. Wow. Lisa G says, I am back and deep into answering my email. Oh, it was so nice to have a client this morning. Oh, it was so nice to hang out with my clients. I had a good time with them. Now I want to show you, I said I want to try to do more photography with you all. And I do dwell in the photography area and looking at other folks' photos. But I said, you know what, let me just kind of like just share what I just do. It's just like, I'm just going to just use this platform to just like join you in our community conversation and just hang out. So this is, y'all want to see a picture that's insane? Watch this. Here's a picture. Here is a picture that is insane, that will make your brain explode. And this is from Spain. Hold on a second. Let me get this. Let me get that right. Look at, you see this photo? Top photos of thrilling moments and close calls at Spain's San Fermin Bull Run running festival. And I do believe it was this week or yesterday. Look at this photo. Isn't this an awesome photo? Look at all these people. Hold on a second. Let me get my thing here right. Okay, there. Look at all these people. Look at that. That is, and there's a couple of bulls right there. There's a couple of bulls right there doing the bull run. This is, I mean, that is a beautiful photo. Wow. That's a beautiful photo. I was looking for the photographer's name. And but yeah, that's a great photo. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Look at that. Obviously, it's the Associated Press. And if you ever just want to go through great photography and learn about what's going on around the world, go to Associated Press, click on the more. Let me just get down. You see that? You click on the more and then hit photography, and then it will take you to the photography, today's top photos. And yeah, so if you for all those that are out there that are interested in photography and you want to know where to look at some good photos and get your world news, check out the Associated Press. And you'll get to see some of these great photos from around the world. And you will also be informed while loving the photos, right? And then you have, I mean, look at that. One extraordinary photo. I mean, look at, photographers are amazing. Photographers are amazing. I just love photographers. Photographers, we get to capture the world, freeze it in time. Oh, I see some. Our Mr. Fu Payne says that's the bull run. Wow, would you do it, Ron? Yes, I would, because I'm that crazy. I would do the bull run. I would do it, but I would stick close to the wall. Because the best way to do the bull run, and so I've been watching, is to stay along the wall. You don't want to go down the middle of the street. That's just not the right place to go for the bull run. But that photo is just, look at that. The colors, the reds, the whites, the greens. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, this is a great shot. Yes. I would do the bull run if I could. Okay, there you have it. That was good stuff. That was good stuff. Yes, me too. What's G saying? What's G talking about over here? She goes, Kimmy Kim, we were always told to unplug appliances, don't take a shower, and don't get on the phone during a lightning storm. This is true. That's what we were taught. I remember when I was a kid, and there was a thunderstorm that came through. And we were in my mom's bedroom, which was our living room. It was her bedroom and our living room. And we had this big black and white television that had like the big tubes, those are old TVs. And it had a cabinet to it. Well, the back of the TV used to face the window. I don't know who was, it was like cat a corner, so they can see it. The parents can see it from the bed. It was cat a corner. And then one day we got a big storm and the lightning came through the window, cracked through the screen, a summertime storm, and we're straight to the TV, and the TV said, boom! Luckily, there was no fire, but the lightning hit the TV in our living room. And from that point on, when the thunderstorms roll in, Ron rolls everything out, meaning turn everything off, turn the TV off, turn the phone. Well, at that time, we had the cord phones, but you weren't allowed to be on the cord phone during a thunderstorm. No. That was taboo. The lightning may come. We were terrified. My mother used to have no TV, no radios, nothing. She says, the old folks used to say, God is working. God is working, so be quiet. How many of you grew up that way? Anyone else grew up that way? No motion, just sit and be still. I often wonder, was that a good time for my mother just to say, I'm going to get some peace? DS is in the building. Yes, DS, I see you. Spain is beautiful. Yes, it is one of the most beautiful places to photograph. The old, the new, the architecture, the noise of New York City. But Spain, you have the small little winding streets. Then you can easily, if you're like in Madrid, I was in Madrid. I've never been to Barcelona. But in Madrid, you can go to one of the major hotels and sign up for one of those like tours through Viator or what's the other one called? TripAdvisor. And you go in, plan a day trip, and you can take a bus every day out to a different countryside town, Salamanca, and go to Toledo, Avila. Oh, I love Spain. But you know what I love most about Spain? Besides the architecture, some of the best churches in the world are in Spain. But my favorite thing about Spain is tapas. Tapas every day. Tapas all day. Tapas and mojitos. Anyway, that's how I roll when I'm in Spain. Woo! Spain is everything. I love the Spanish life. Hey, Dr. Tachi's in the building. She says, hey, all. Yeah, there you go. And Mr. Food Plan says, there she is, the one and only Dr. Tachi. Make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit those likes so that people know we're here. Make sure we're here. What's your favorite country? Okay, that's a moment. I'm taking a moment. What's your favorite country to visit or that you visited? What is your favorite country in the world? No United States. United States is not a country. I mean, the cities and states of the country. Outside of America, What is your favorite country to visit? What is your country to visit? I'm curious. While you're putting in there, yeah, yes, food. Yes, yes, yes. It was definitely scary. Lightning hitting the back of the TV. Kimmy says, "Oh no." Lisa said, I was told that as well, but I don't think it's true in this day and time. My grandmother would turn everything off and we would just sit there in the heat, sweating like fools. That was before we had AC. We had fans, but the fans had to be cut off also. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Everything was cut off. And you sat there in quiet until the storm passed. Now, yes, G says the others are plugged into a surge protector outlet. We have surge protection now. We didn't have surge protection when we were kids. We have surge protection so we can keep this stuff on for the most part. Food Plane says we always cut the AC off. And Kelly A says, "Oh, most definitely. My granny used to say it." Yes, she did. Dr. Tati says, "Yep. Yep. Shut everything off and be quiet. Kids, be quiet." Like I said, I think it was a con game for our parents to say, there's a moment of peace. Food says, "I love the winding streets in Europe." Oh, yes. The winding streets of Europe. Spain, Italy, Malta. Beautiful places. Beautiful places. Yes. Selah. What that? Hannah says, "I agree, Ron. I absolutely love Spain." And then don't get me started with the restaurants, the food. If you are a foodie, Spain is paradise. You know, they have the big giant bowl, the big giant metal pot, and they put everything in it, the rice, the veggies, the what else in there? Veggies, rice, meats, chicken, or I forgot what they call it, paella or something like paella. Well, I don't even know what it's called, but I just know when I get to the restaurants, I just eat. I go for that big giant bowl of everything. They put the olive oil, all that Spanish olive oil. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I need it. We don't really have a hardcore Spanish restaurant here in Clinton Hill. No, we don't have. We have Spanish restaurants, but we don't have Spain Spanish restaurants. Lisa says, Lisa says, "My favorite place I have been is Bali. Second would be Barbados." Really? Really? I heard Bali is beautiful. I've never been. But Barbados, it's all about the water. It's the beach and the water. Yes. Oh, I love me some Barbados. Barbados. My brother is Bayesian, half Bayesian. And I then learned that I am got some Bayesian. Yes. Yes. The food plane says three places I would love to visit: France, India, and Japan. France, India, and Japan. I've only been to France. I have not been to India or Japan. I would love to go there too. Lisa says, "When Con Ed sends that text to cut down your electricity usage because a storm is coming, I never listen. No one listens in New York City." Lisa says, "Wait, what am I talking about? Paris is my favorite." Oh, now you're reminded of Paris. Paris is another photographer's paradise. You have to be the worst. You have to be, if you cannot take a picture or a photograph in Paris, you may want to just put the camera down and never pick it up again. Sorry to say, there is no bad photos in Paris, right? Every angle is a photograph. Every shop, every cafe, every window pane, every awning, every bridge, every piece of architecture, every street, every avenue, the metro. Need I go on and on about Paris? Photographers, if you have not been to Paris, you need to go to Paris. If you want great, you can't take a bad photo in Paris unless you, really, you have to be like, really? Especially if you're trying to take a good photo. Oh, thank you, paella, right? Paella. That's the food. That's the food. Woo! That big bowl. Sometimes you can get it in, you can get like the chicken one, you can get also seafood. Sometimes they mix it up. Just a little chicken, little seafood, little shrimps, oh man. I'm hungry now. The food in Spain is to live for, says Hannah. Lisa says, has anyone watched the Eva Longoria's Spain food show? No, I haven't. What channel is it on and what platform? She say, yeah, what platform? G says, I love visiting France, but I could be in St. Thomas or Jamaica every day. Hey, Shannon is in the building. This is one of my oldest friends. Shannon is in the building. Miss Falk is in the building. So good to see you. So good to see you. Okay. Hannah says, me too, GR. I think St. Thomas would be my go-to spot. I love it there. And Shannon says, I've never been many places, but I love France. France, everyone loves France. Yes. And let's see here. Could be there every day. And I love the beach. That's what she says. And Calmar, France is another photographer's dream, especially in Christmas. I haven't been there. I've only been to Paris and just slightly outside of Paris. I need to visit more places in the wonderful country of France. And Sean says, and the thunderstorms? Yes, sir. Everything, including the lights, turned off. GR says, Paris is about food, champagne, and chocolate. Yes, Gwendolyn, chocolate. And don't forget the baguettes. The baguettes. Yes, you gotta have baguettes everywhere, every morning. Baguettes everywhere. Oh my goodness. My goodness. We are walking down global lanes today. Oh, really? It looks like a fairy tale. I gotta come on. And hey, thank you. Lisa is my she helps me with my Hooked on Phonics. Lisa is my Hooked on Phonics dictionary. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, thank you. I needed that Hooked on Phonics. Kimmy Kim says, I love the Caribbean, but haven't been to the Virgin Islands. I need to go. Lisa says, G says, thank you, Lisa Seeley. I was typing the same thing. Oh, my Hooked on Phonics folks are out there. They are my Hooked on Phonics police, Gwendolyn and Lisa. Lisa says, Hannah is supposed to be like Anthony Bourdain. Oh, yeah. But I used to love Anthony's show. Oh, I was so sad when he unalived himself. I was like, oh my God. And Food Plan says, Paella. It's on CNN. What's on CNN? Oh, the show. Oh, the show is on CNN. Okay. We missed you, G. We missed you. We did miss you. This community keeps moving on. Again, if you're in the building, hit the likes so people know you're here. Yeah, they know you're here. And if you are over in the Instagram world, you need to come on over. Let me do that. Join us. Join us in YouTube. I should say on YouTube, right? On YouTube. Join us on YouTube. And let me put that in there and then put the pin there so people know where we are so they can easily get to us because not everyone reads. There we go. Let's put that in there. So I got some bad news yesterday. But I almost like bad news is always good news to me. So y'all want to hear what happened? I was reluctant to say it, but I'm going to say it. So yesterday, my buyer decided not to buy the apartment. She was stressed, so I've heard from the grapevine, that she was overwhelmed by the whole buying thing. And so she had to pull her bid. So the house is back on the market. But that means to me, like for me, that means I'm going to get a better price. I am too sure now the price that is in my head is coming. I am a believer because I'm a believer. When one door closes, another door will open. And there's always someone there, as they say, the forebearer. So we got all the things straight. We got everything. We crossed our T's and dotted our I's because of the young lady that was going to purchase the apartment. But now everything is incorrect. Everything is corrected. So we got a chance to make an even better first impression. So there you have it. So that's what happens. That's what happens in this housing game. So she pulled out, and we will see who's coming. There's a client coming. I should say there's a potential buyer coming in tomorrow, and we're going to do an open house on Saturday. So it is still one of the best. This is still the best apartment in the whole complex. So I'm not worried. I am not worried, not one bit. Lisa says, I eat croissants every single day while in Paris. Oh, you better believe it. The croissants and the baguette. The chocolate croissants are lit. But if you want real hot chocolate, man, yes. Oh, yes, Stanley Tucci does one too about Italy. Eva's is for Spain. Yes, I've seen Tucci's. Whoa, I see it here. Hold on a sec. I appreciate how Ron continues to stream to IG. It's so sweet. Well, you know what? Because it's like advertisement. When people are just flowing by on Instagram, I'm like, wait a minute, so Ron's on? Okay, let me check it out. And then sometimes we'll get one or two people that'll pop over and leave their cozy Instagram patheticness. Because you get the real experience when you're here on YouTube. Oh, look who else is in the building. Carl Brody is in the building, in the place to be. Hip hop, y'all, don't stop. What's up, Carl? Carl is another amazing photographer, y'all. Y'all need to go and click on his work. Just take his name down. Carl Brody. And he was also a guest on our show. I interviewed him, and you guys got to experience his work. Love his photography. Okay, who else? Hey, look who else is in the building. Another friend of the group. Another friend of the family. Mr. Leroy Tendemy. What's up? What's up, bro? He is in the building. Leroy. He's been on our Wisdom Wednesdays twice, I do believe. And he is heading to New York. He's heading to New York, but he says his favorite place is Israel. Israel. Wow. TB's in the house. What's up, TB? True. Miss Tuscany Blue is in the building. Kimmy says, for a reason. Yes, better is coming. Better is coming. Yes, say Kelly. See, we people of faith. We know that. We know. When one door closes, that just means God has got another door ready for you. And when you need the little ram in the bush, well, there's always a ram in the bush. Anyway, I know. That's my PK world coming back. Sorry. That's my PK world coming back. Food Plane says the time to hire Ryan Sherhant. And G says, buying a home is always overwhelming. Hey, a better bid is coming. That's what I say, G. That's what I say. Lisa says, shut up. Now gets more money. Yep, I believe it's going to be I believe I'm going to get what's in my head. I really do believe it. Leroy says, my favorite city is Jerusalem in Israel. So photogenic. History everywhere. There you have it. There you have it. Hey, Chris R is in the building, y'all. Chris R is here too. She says, what about the earnest funds? And Lisa says, nope. Correct the price. Start higher. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, Lisa, we should start higher. We should start where the person left off. Right? We know we can get that, so we can start higher. I may have to tell that. I may have to suggest that to Tom. Tom is a great real estate broker. Fu says to Leroy, he says, Leroy, I agree. Leroy, I agree. G says, tell us how you really feel, Lisa. Shannon Falk is in the building. She says, you're going to get more for the apartment now. It's a seller's market and you have prime real estate. Ask for what you want. There you go. There you go. Yeah. G says, shh. You know, I'm not buying that brand, Ron. IG isn't built for video, but whatever. It's not. IG is not built for video. It really is. It is really the worst when it comes to video. However, it is good to pull people into your YouTube channel. That's why we use Instagram. We just use them, just like they use us. Oh, Lisa Silly says, here is New York City. We have Jacques Torres. That hit chocolate is amazing. It's like chocolate, thick, hot milk, and his chocolates are divine. You can find those, I do believe, down in Dumbo here in Brooklyn. I used to go there all the time. I am a chocolate fool. Leroy's in the building. And then Lisa says, did you send out a group text to your friend group? Because they all are coming out for you. Yes, they're all here today. What is going on? Maybe 11:30 is a better time. My friends are all here. They're just popping out. Kimmy said, got a fur ball. Kimmy says, you've had some excellent interviews, Ron. I know. I have some great photography buddies. And we'll get back into really doing more interviews. Yes. G says, oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my God. Jacques Torres is the truth, Lisa Seeley. If you haven't had chocolate unless you had that Jacques Torres. Oh, so good. So good. Leroy says, you better preach. Hey, come on now. Hey, come on now. I see testify in the building. G says, underprice. I agree. Let's raise the price. Ryan says, is from Nest Seekers. He's one of the best real estate agents in New York City. And Ron doesn't know. Exactly. I'm not too familiar with too much pop culture, but I know some of it. Ron doesn't know pop culture. He has no idea who Ryan is, but I don't have cable. That's why. I don't have cable, so I don't get to see a lot of stuff. I only get to see what's on YouTube. YouTube is my world. Chris says, I am always here just working my part-time job and listening to you. And give me Tom's number. Love this community. I love our community. And again, if you're here, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes. Anthony Rowland is in the building, another great photographer. The photographers are in the room today. Everyone, I'm late for class. Okay, and then G says, let me look at the clock. I want to make sure I get the lesson in. G says, I love how Ron won't read my comments as written. I appreciate the filter. Yes, because G be giving us some colorful metaphors. Colorful metaphors coming from the G camp. Okay, what else is in here? Lisa Sealy says, she said, you read my mind. Wasn't Ryan on $1 Million Listing as well? That was a good show. I know about the $1 Million Listing. That's a good show, but I only look at it when I'm at my friend's house when I have cable. Oh, look who else is in the building. Bryson Leach is in the building. He says, you know, I need a drink for Bryson. Bryson says, what's up, Ron? What's up, RIP fam? What's up, everybody? It's Happy Emmys Nomination Tuesday. Okay, G says, I enjoyed a few episodes of $1 Million Listings. That's a good show. Now, I know that show. I like that show. Yes, Kim, from the beginning. Okay, here we go. The one who knows pop culture is me. Yes, Bryson. Bryson is our pop culture man. And he knows it. You saw how he just stepped up to the plate and says, that's me. That's Bryson. Okay. Ryan says, Ryan is the biggest realtor in New York City. He might not be available to list Ron's place. Well, this is not one of those. He's for the big million, the multi-millions, right? The multi-millions. But I got Tom. Tom is really good. Tom is one of the best. He's one of the best real estate brokers in this area. He has sold many of our condos and co-ops in this area. And he is really a delight to work with. So I'm always about the delight to work with. Okay, I think it's time to get ready for our lesson for today. Am I all set up? Am I all set up? There we go. Smartphone beach photography tips for the summer. Are y'all ready to learn something today? It is photography. It is Tip Tuesday. It is Tip Tuesday. I'm going to move away and get our little beta off the screen. It is Tip Tuesday. And the topic is smartphone beach photography tips for summer. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Elevate your creative beach photos. Unlock the power of taking summertime beach photographs. Yes, it's summertime, y'all. Summertime, 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 summertime. Summertime. Okay, that's enough singing. Number one. The golden hour is your best friend. And you know what I say all the time is, I say all the time, if you have to take pictures of someone that's probably not so good looking, I know beauty's in the eyes of the eyes of the beholder, but some of us are challenged. You know, some of us are physically challenged. So there's a running joke in the photography community. Everybody looks good to sunset, golden hour glow. Everybody looks good during the golden hour. You want to take pictures of your family, the friends, the good-looking folks, the people that are not so good-looking. Everybody's good-looking at the golden hour. Take photos during the golden hour. Now, what is the golden hour? The golden hour is that 1 hour before the sun sets. That means that changes every day because the sun sets every day at a different time. Right? So what you do is you say the sun sets at, we're here in New York City right now. We are setting at 8, I think it's 8:28 right now. We were at 8:30, now we're at 8:28. So now we're setting at 8:28. So that means at 7:28, get those cameras out. If you're at the beach, right? Get those cameras out at 7:28, getting ready. Get yourself ready at 7:15. Today, if you're going to shoot on the beach in New York, sunsets and sunrises are the golden hour. So the hour after the sun rises and the hour after the hour before the sun sets. Here we go. When to shoot. Aim for early morning or late afternoon golden hour for soft, warm lighting and long shadows. Why? Because the midday sun can be harsh and cause overexposure or unflattering shadows. Remember that. Now, New York City is a different beast because some photos can be shot in the summertime, but we have a lot of tall. If you go to Coney Island, there's still some structures that are tall enough along the beach to cast shadows so that way you can be in the shadow and take great shots. But for the most part, wait for the golden hour because that sun, when it's beaming down on the beach on top of you, it makes the bags look even baggier and it makes the lines more exaggerated. So wait for the golden hour. I see. Am I getting some comments in there? And if you have any questions, just put a Q, and then your question. Yeah, that's how we do it. Put a Q, and then your question. If you have a question along the way, do that. Until last summer, August normally has a lot of hurricanes. Wishing you a safe and hurricane-free vacation. Okay, there we go. Moving right along. Here we go. Next. Number 2, use the rule of thirds. We talk about that all the time. If you don't understand what the rule of thirds are, we won't go into depth today, but just go into the Google machine and say, show me photos of the rule of thirds. Or you can use your ChatGPT or your Copilot or whatever other AI device you're using and say to it, show me photos or show me or teach me about the rule of thirds. We know how that roll goes. 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, and 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 planes, and then 3 going down. 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's like it's a grid. That's how we talk about the grid. Use your grid on your phone. Use your smartphone grid. Turn on the grid. It automatically puts your phone in the rule of thirds for composition. Here we go. How? Turn on the grid in your camera settings. Why? Placing the horizon on the top or bottom third makes your beach shots more dynamic. Do not, I should say, I'm suggesting, do not put the horizon in the middle of your frame, right? One of the things you learn in film is to take your composition and bring your subject either to the top of the third or the bottom line of the third? You heard me? The horizon. The horizon at the beach on the water. Bring it up to the third. I'm sorry, the top third or the bottom third. Not in the middle. You look like an amateur if you put it in the middle. Oh, Leroy says, question, talk to us about backlighting and exposure composition on your mobile devices. Yes, you know how we do that, right? Make sure for most of us, when you have that little square, remember we talked about how you focus on your mobile phone, your smartphone. When you touch it, it focuses. Wherever you touch it on the screen, it's going to focus. But if you hold it down just a brief moment, you're going to see a little light bulb, and you can slide that little slider up and down to give you the correct exposure. Okay, guys? Look for that. Tap it, hold it just slightly a bit, and slide it up and down, and it will give you the exposure that you like. Good question, Leroy, and good statement. Nice one. Oh, I'm always bringing the extra light. G says, I love outdoor sessions, but I'm always bringing the extra light to get that pop. Yes. Yes. There's something to be said about also when you get that golden hour glow, and then you happen to whip out that wonderful flash. It can be quite complimentary. It just gives a little bit more movie starish feel to it, right? You get that nice soft flash. You have a flash on your phone, and take the picture, and then have the sun, the setting sun, behind the subject or slightly behind the subject. So that way you can use the flash, and now it's going to look really beautiful. Okay, placing the horizon on the top or bottom third makes your beach shots more dynamic. Next one, number 3, protect your lens. Oh, I can't tell you how much you need to do that. Tips: wipe your lens. I always got them in my back pocket. They're always around. You know what I've said. Just walk into any eyeglass store and say, do you have a lens cleaner? Like a little micro, what do you call it? Micro lens. What do we call this thing? Microfiber. Right. And then there you go. Take these so you can clean your lens. I always tell people, they say, Ron, could you take my picture? I said, did you clean your lens? No, I didn't think I had to. Clean your lens. The first thing of all is to clean your lens. But not only that, but protect your lens. So here we go. Tip: wipe your lens soft. Wipe your lens often. Sand, salt, and sunscreen can smudge it. So also, a lot of photographers, we keep like little sprayers, like a water or a balance of water and alcohol in our bags so we can spray, because there's a lot of mist in the air when you're at the beach. So wipe your lens all the time, right? Wipe your lens all the time, because you'll begin to see the lens attracts all of that moist water coming off the shoreline. Number 2, bonus tip: use a Ziploc bag or waterproof pouch to protect your phone. They even have in places like the Container Store, I do believe in Walmart and one of these other companies, that you can buy pouches for your camera. So when you go to the beach, put your camera in the pouch. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money, the Ziploc bag will do. The Ziploc bag will do. Okay, I see in here I see G says, I love outdoors. Okay, I got that. Lisa says, sure. So look, I see that. Okay. And Lisa says, I love the golden hour at the beach. You can see the sunset to the right and the moon to the left. So amazing. That's how you do it at the beach. The beach is the best in the evenings. I don't know why people go in the middle of the day. I don't know why they do it. It's torture to be on the beach in the middle of the day. See here, credits free, man. I see. Okay, I'm looking for your here. It's going to rain. Okay, got that. Okay, now we're caught up. Okay, next. Let's go to the next slide. Next slide. The next, number four. Play with reflections. Where? Look for wet sand or tide pools or sunglasses. Or if your friend has a phone and you have a phone, like you're getting ready to take the picture, and you take their shiny surface and then take the lens and put it just slightly on that little sliding place right there, and then you'll get a reflection. Obviously, I got a screensaver on this one, but if they just had this one right here with the shiny surface, and then you take the picture, there's a reflection that's going to happen off of the phone that you're using of your friends, your best friend's phone, and then you take the picture and you're going to get a nice reflection. But if you that's the creative way. But you can also, again, look for the puddles. You look for those puddles on the beach. You know, look for the puddles where there's water just sitting, and then take pictures and watch the reflections come off of the subject. I should say your subject and the reflections in the water. Okay, those are good tips, y'all. Take it down. Let's see here. Wait. Oh, okay. Moving right along. You guys are having a conversation in there. Lisa, stay focused. Number 5, use HDR mode. Now, we always tell you not to use HDR too often. Well, in this case, on the beach, use your HDR mode. You can cut it on or cut it off on most modern phones. When? For scenes with bright skies and dark shadows, right? For scenes with bright skies and dark shadows. The reason why we know HDR takes multiple photos at one time. It's like and it's like taking pictures of the highs and the lows, and then it marries them. So you don't have to. Why? HDR balances exposures and brings out details in both highlights and shadows. The computer does the work. So when you're on the beach, don't be afraid to use the HDR mode. It is recommended, highly recommended. Use the HDR mode. And yes, focus in this classroom. You guys are out of control. Number six. And you know how I feel about this. I say this all the time. I am always preaching this. Get low or go high. Get low or go high. Everyone takes pictures from regular height, right? From eye to eye, from nose to nose. Be a photographer. Why? Unique angles make your photo stand out. Take a picture from above. Get on the ground. Take a picture from below. Take it from an angle. Go to the side. Make your photos interesting. Make your photos interesting. G says, oh, let me get there. G says, I just realized I don't use my phone for images on the beach. Maybe for my drinks, but that's about it. No, Your smartphone takes amazing photos on the beach. Amazing photos on the beach. Leroy's in the building. This is what happens. You got photographers in the building. He says, question, Ron, how do you get so low? My God, my guy, get low, get low. I've learned to crotch low. I've learned to just get low. That's right. Spread the feet apart like you get ready to do your squats for your weightlifting, and just squat low, and then take that phone and give it just a slight angle where you still can see it, and then you take the shot. Pop, and you got it. Get low, get low, get low, and go high. Get low and go high. Okay. Good question, mister. Good question, Leroy. Leroy is in the building. Okay, next one. 7, capture movement. Ideas, waves crashing, footprints in the sand, kids jumping. Here's a tip. Use burst mode to catch the perfect moment. You've heard me say this before. You heard me say this before. Movement tells a good story when you can get movement. And how you do it is in burst mode. Most Androids have it. Someone mentioned it to me that there is a mode in the Apple phone to do it. I haven't discovered it yet, but burst mode is a saving grace, because when things are moving fast and your shutter can't keep up, but your burst mode shutter can. And then what it does, it takes usually about 20 frames per second or 24 frames per second. Sometimes you can get some phones that do 30 frames per second. And what it does, as you click on that button, you hold it down, it goes, and it's taking all those photos. Oh, there is, Lisa? I haven't discovered it yet. I'm new to the iPhone world. But yes, you hold that button down. And then what you do, this is what we do when we travel photographers, when you use your smartphones. Then we go back over all those photos in that frame. It says, it'll say 20 frames or 24 frames, 30 frames. And then you go over each one. And out of all of them, you're going to have 1 or 2 that are perfectly captured, no blurs, and they look beautiful. But here's another little lesson I learned from a photographer, my photographer tour guide when I was in South Carolina. Make use of your shore, because remember, as the sun is going down, if you're up in the morning getting the beautiful colors of the dawn, or you're getting the beautiful colors of the sunset, here's a nice trick. Now what you do is you take your phone, if you have professional mode, you take it and you put it on a slow shutter speed, and you focus, you put your ISO at 100 or wherever is needed. And what you do is, it's like painting. So what you do is you put your focus point on the horizon, remember, on either the third or the upper, but usually on the bottom third, and you do this in slow shutter speed. Just go back and forth like this in shutter speed, right? Do that, shutter speed. And what you end up doing is get these beautiful abstract art from your camera. So you'll get these beautiful lines of color, like you'll see the oranges move into the pinks, and the pinks into the purple, and then the purples into the blue. Yes, just put your phone in if you have professional mode, put your shutter speed on slow, focus on the horizon, right? You can, right? Remember, we put your finger on, press to the horizon, and just do this. back and forth, back and forth. And you will get some amazing, beautiful, abstract photos. Okay, let's see what you got. What are you guys saying in there? I see. Oh, Leroy says, this is from another photographer, y'all. You know, it's hard. I mean, my hardest thing is sharing tips when I got other photographers in the room, because, you know, photographers don't play. They will let you know you are not telling the truth. They will say, Ron, I don't think so. So Leroy says, love this presentation. You are the best. Miss G says, Ron, I'm hosting sessions and recording on the beach. I like the smartphone, but it's not my tool of choice. Well, it can be an extra tool if you choose. It's just a good tool. That smartphone is more than you know. It can do a lot of things. Anthony Rowland says, the best way to get low is to flip your phone upside down. Yes. 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 Can I just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. Antonio says it. The best way to get low is to flip your phone upside down. That's another way we do it. In photography, we flip it upside down. Then your button is on the top, because you know you can mostly move your little button, and you can get low and shoot. Yes, you can get a better angle because you got more leverage, but you can still see the button. Thank you, Anthony. That was good. That's what happens when the community is learning. We're in this together. There we go. I got an action camera that says, Leroy says, I got an action camera, the Instant 360. Oh, I have one too, the Instant 360. I love mine. Go 3 seconds. It is about the size of your thumb. Amazing for angles. Oh, yes. Yes, I see you guys. Dr. Tachi says, fantastic tips. Fantastic tips. Shannon says, I love this. I have taken many pictures with all kinds of cameras and my phone for years, but now you're about to take photos in a different way, and you're going to be like, wow, these tips are beautiful. They work. Next, minimalism works. Minimalism works. Look for a single shell, a lone beach chair, or footprints, and create a photo that way. And you'd be surprised. You can take that photo and put it on your wall. Like you see how I have here, just slightly covered here, the feet. Like you can have the father or the mom and the child in the middle, like the footprints. Then step out and then take the picture, and it's the footprints of you and your child, of your wife and the child, your spouse and the child, or the dog. Why? Simplicity can be powerful in beach photography. Simplicity is beauty. That's what I say in interiors. As an interior designer, I tell all my clients, simplicity is beauty. Simplicity is beauty. Simplicity can be powerful in beach photography. Look for the lone umbrella. Look for the lone Coast Guard chair, right? And use your rule of thirds. Bring the Coast Guard chair into the last quarter, the last third of your frame, and then let the ocean and the skyline go far to the left. That's how you do it. Minimalism works at the beach. And number 9, edit lightly. Snap, you know our apps in this community. Apps like Snapseed, free, Lightroom mobile, or your phone's built-in editor. Tip: adjust brightness, contrast, and warmth. Don't overdo filters. Don't overdo filters. Use the bright and use your contrast and just softly make your adjustments. There you go. Anthony says, I love my phone for street photography. I'm hiding in plain sight because everyone has their phones out. Same here for Anthony. I take great street shots with my smartphone. I think we're here. We're near the end, y'all. We're here, the last one. At the end of the day, you wonderful photographers out there, tell a story. Tell a story. A series of shots showing arrival, beach setup, fun moments, and the sunset. Why? Storytelling adds emotion and context to your photos. So when you go out to the beach today, tomorrow, during the summer, go out with intent. Go to the beach with intent. Say, I'm going to document the day at the beach. I'm going to take pictures of us arriving, getting out the car, taking the umbrellas, going to the food stand, and make a story worth sharing and celebrating. Don't just do random shots. Tell a story. Take your camera out, your smartphone, or your big camera. My big camera's in the bag. Take your camera out and tell a story from the moment you arrive at the beach to the moment you leave. And I guarantee you, your beach day is going to be that much more fabulous. That much more fabulous. This summer, what kind of beach photos will you capture? What kind of beach photos will you capture? There you have it. There you have it. Did anyone learn anything today? Did you learn anything today? Did you learn anything? Oh, if you did, put it in the chat. Put it in the comment box. Or just simply say, I did. I learned something. I learned something. And if you're new to the building, if you're new to the community, make sure you hit the likes. And I'm going to share. Join my email list today. And just go to ronlewisphotos.com. Just click on that, and you'll see right there the newsletter banner will pop up, and just sign up for our newsletter. I don't send random stuff. I send things that are important. Next, if you are looking for an event photographer, that is me. I photograph corporate events, and family events, and neighborhood events, and all that good stuff, events. And also for the wonderful photojournalists, news events. I photograph events. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I do a little headshots in there, but I really love my event photography. Event photography. And if you are a part of the Patreon community, I just want to say thank you, Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. Because of you supporting this platform through Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, just go to patreon.com, put in Ron Lewis Photos, or go to the link above. You see the Linktree link above, or in the description, or on the description of the bio, and Instagram, or here on YouTube. Click on the link, and right there it says Patreon, right at the top of the Linktree. Okay? And also want to give a shout out to my buddy and friend, and her company's coming out. We're getting closer to some dates. Rolling Clouds is a cigar company. And so stay tuned for Rolling Clouds. They will be on the market soon. Okay, I think we got it all. Any questions? Any last questions? Shannon says, absolutely. We're here every Tuesday for Tip Tuesday. We're here every day for Touch Base Daily. We're here Monday through Friday. Mondays is Motivation Monday. Tuesdays is Tip Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Water Cooler Wednesday or Wisdom Wednesday when we interview photographers. And Thursday is Trend Watch Thursday, where we sit down and we talk about the trends that are in the news. And then Friday is our wonderful Focus Friday, where we focus on social media that inspires, encourages, and inform. Okay. G says, my intent for my beach visit is to get bronzed and enjoy a cocktail or two. I may get an image in. See, she's talking like a photographer. Photographers, they look at the beach differently. She ain't going there to be the photographer. She's escaping her photography. Oh gosh almighty. Love you guys. Lisa says, so tomorrow are we going to talk about how the Republicans said no to Epstein files? We could. Tomorrow's water cooler conversation. That's what we could talk about. We could talk about that tomorrow. Yes, indeed we can. Okay, guys, it was great having you. Great hanging out with you all. But I got to let you guys go. I got editing to do. I got work to do. And you do too. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of this community. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Later. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.